It's time to talk fantasy football. It's time to let them know. Where you let us crunch the numbers while you crush the competition. So grab your playbooks and crack a cold one, because here's your hosts, Teek and Badge.
Guys, welcome back. Week 7 is here. This year is flying by, Teek. What is going on? We're here with our starts week 7. Guys, we appreciate you so much. Please stop, take a moment right now, hit subscribe, totally free. Teek, what'd you love about this past week 6? Anything stand out?
It was Teak Week. What do you not love about Teak
Oh,
Week?
oh
You know?
shit, guys. Yeah, I was down for the count in a gurney, getting pushed around, getting served soup. I'm back. I'm still a little stuffed up, but dang, it's good to be back with you all.
So the people that show love came out for Teak Week. They showed
They
up
did.
and they showed out. So it was a great week 6, no matter what happened.
Oh yeah. So our top scorer of the week, was it Zay Flowers?
Yup.
Zay was the play this week, and he was on our starts. So guys, tune in. We got you guys covered. So Teek, why don't you start us off with your first start of week 7?
All right. So week 7 here. I'm gonna go with a running back here. I got Tony Pollard to start this off. So Bills allowed 8 catches in the last 3 of the 4 games. And on Monday night with Brees Hall, he also had 5 catches for 56 yards. So Pollard has to be a must start in these PPR formats. And also Tajay Spear is dealing with some injury issues. So that just bumps his value up tremendously. We know he's a PPR guy coming from Dallas. He's shown it. And Tony Pollard has been pulling out quietly. So he's, I think, a must start in DFS and all lineups.
Teek, I completely agree because he's one of my starts as well. Do we need to do some of these boxes horizontally so we can get the graphic on the side?
The graphics going up, bud.
Oh, it's going up. Okay, we're Teak week. This guy changed, but yeah, Teak, I completely agree with you 110%. So I'm going to be the first to admit I was off Tony Pollard at the beginning of the year. He was in our players to fade. That was my biggest one. I thought Spears was going to take over. Hey, I admit when I was wrong. Whoever tells you they're right 100% of the time is full of crap because nobody is right 100% of the time.
This
So
was the 50-50 split right here. You were Tajay and I was TP.
100%. Give it to Teak. Teak week. Give him more kudos. But yeah, I mean, there is a lot of season left. So I just thought Spears was the better back, but I'll be the first to admit I was wrong. So great matchup. Tony Pollard, you got to start him this week. He's on my list as well. The Bills defense, they're allowing over 20 fantasy points to the opposing running back. I mean, we just watched Brees Hall run all over him. I know it's Brees Hall, but Tony's looking pretty good. Another solid FanDuel matchup as well. Pollard's sitting at $7,100 for this matchup that is allowing 20 fantasy points per game to the opposing running back. Love it. He's in my FanDuel lineup. Time and time again, we keep seeing this Bills defense get ran all over. So, yeah, agree. Starting Pollard this week.
Should I just go out with the second one here?
Yeah, take the second because we agreed on that one. Why don't you keep leading us away?
So I'm going with wide receiver this time around. I got Romeo Dobbs. Wicks being out, he took full advantage of this opportunity. I know there was some hiccups there with him, getting suspended for not participating, stuff like that. But Texans secondary also hasn't played well, giving up 9 touchdowns in 6 games. Yes, Jaden Reed's going to eat, but Romeo Dobbs last week showed you without Wicks, he can ball out too. And I'm going to ride that momentum going into this week against this spotty Texas secondary.
Yeah, I mean, I can get on board with that. Dobbs last week, almost 20 fantasy points. The only thing I would like to see is the targets go back up. It's a little inconsistent, 7, 3, 2, 8, 4. But 2 TDs. So Jordan Love trusts him. Jordan Love's playing incredible. Again, that was my deep dive 2 years ago. I don't want to talk about the past, Steelers fan here, but yeah, I'll get on board with that. So this Packers offense just continues to roll. Love keeps slinging and looking Dobbs' way when it matters. So I'll jump into my second start of the week. I'm going bold. I'm going cheap. I'm going the big red rifle. Andy Dalton at Washington. Who would have thought I would have been saying this year? Dalton, sneaky. 3 out of 4 20-point fantasy games in his 4 starts. 3 out of 4. He put up 30 against the Raiders. I'm calling him the garbage time king, the king of garbage time. Reason I say cheap, he's $7,300 on FanDuel. You pop him up there with a good matchup against this Washington defense, $7,300. You can build your lineup in and out. Commanders defense allowing 22 fantasy points per game. In need of a spot start in your league, if you're bye weeks, injuries, anything, a spot start, Dalton, he's available in 20% of league or 80% of leagues. Scoop him up, play him, the red rifle. I'm starting him this week in a spot start, definitely in FanDuel.
Yeah, you saw what Zay Flowers did against this Washington team. So yeah, I think with the right tools, Deontay Johnson should pop off as well, and Andy Dalton will be the beneficiary of that as well. So keep letting the Red Rockets sling, man. We'll see if it doesn't equate to wins. You might not see him though. If he keeps losing ball games, you might get the Bryce Young back here. But until then, it's nice to see the ball get tossed around here in Carolina.
Yeah, and to touch on that, I'm glad you mentioned Deontay Johnson. I actually, in my FanDuel lineup, I paired Dalton and Johnson together. I know Deontay's listed as questionable now, so keep an eye on that, but I did pair them together in my FanDuel lineup.
So my last one here, and I wanted to pick it so bad for you, so we can have something to argue about. But I
This guy
decided to
loves
go.
arguing.
I decided to go a different route. I wanted to put Devontae Adams in here, but instead I'm going Chris Godwin against Baltimore. Again, Terry McLaurin against this secondary. She shouldn't be scared of this secondary right now in Baltimore. Baker's playing really good football, and Chris Godwin is showing you he's the wide receiver one, not only in fantasy, but on this team this year. Yes, Mike Evans is Mike Evans. He's Mr. 1000, but Chris Godwin is putting up the numbers so far in this season. So I'm going to let the momentum ride for Chris Godwin and got to trust Baker getting him the ball.
You gotta go Godwin. I mean, who would have thought that he's healthy? When Godwin is healthy, that is huge. We're seeing it this year. I mean, he's top 5 in fantasy wide receivers. So you got to roll with him. I mean, Baker spreading the ball over the place. He seems to find Godwin quite a bit. Yeah, you got to roll with that hot hand. You said that was your last one?
Yep.
I did too.
Nope. We had the same one for Tony Pollard and Romeo Dobbs, and now Chris Godwin.
Oh, dang. So used to the sickness. Teak week is catching up on me. So I'll jump right into my last. I'm starting Jameson Williams at the Minnesota Vikings. So with bye weeks upon us in DFS, I try to find some value here. Jameson Williams sitting at $6,500 on FanDuel. Super cheap. Put him as your flex. You got pair him with get Andy Dalton here, Jameson Williams there. You got a lot of money here for your studs. So the Minnesota defense is actually they're 5-0. They're actually have been allowing 25 fantasy points to the wide receiver position this year. So I personally would like to see Jameson's targets go up. First 2 games he had 9 and 11. Then he kind of tapered off. He's 4, 3, 4 again, I believe. But he has that big home run ability for Goff. Goff just seems to find this guy downfield with his speed. Again, I'm hoping those targets go up this game. Love the matchup. Priced on FanDuel. I'm playing him as in flex in my regular league as well. DFS, starting Williams this week.
All right, and that wraps it up. Hey, again, thank you guys for all the love and support. Our goal is trying to hit 400, at least 400 subscribers by the end of the season. You guys been crushing it on the subs. Let's keep it going. Let's keep that train going. I think we're what, 40 away, 38 away. So to get to our goal of 400, it's free. Hit that red button. If you don't have a YouTube account, please sign up. It is totally free also. It takes 2 seconds. And you just click that bell. You're going to get all the notifications from us. And hey, leave a comment down at the bottom of what starts you like or don't like. But until next time, we'll catch you on the sits.